What's up, everybody? This is Zach with the Nerd Cave, and I'm joined today with the bearded sultan himself.
Is that me? Robbie.
Jesus Christ.
How are you guys?
I'm just going.
It's okay. I got confused by it last week, too.
I'm just.
Did you say the bearded sultan to Allie?
I said the beardless sultan.
I thought I was going to say Bearded Sultan, and I was like, what?
Robbie's here? Where did he come from?
Today is episode 236 of the Nerd Cave podcast. We've been doing this for a long time. We're like,
A little over 236 weeks.
yeah, we are like the ageless wonders of Mustafar. I don't know what I'm. Star Wars is coming out this week, people.
Oh, it is.
Are you excited? I know I is.
I get to go to Star Wars Trivia on Wednesday. And
Are
then,
you going to the J Christmas concert?
what do you think?
Yeah,
Is it Wednesday?
it's Thursday.
Shoot.
Yep,
Are you?
yep. I'm going, and then I'm going to the movie like later.
I'm not going to make it to the Thursday viewing of the movie.
Oh, I'm gonna spoil the mess out of it. Then
I
I'm
will-
like, guess what? Luke Skywalker,
As soon as I hear,
Luke Skywalker
as soon as
is
I
a
hear, guess
Jedi.
what?
the last Jedi.
Jedi.
As soon as I hear, guess what? My switchblade's going to come out right in your throat. You're going,
Well, that's why you have to go, like, can't go, like, guess what? Like, say it's, like, old school Star Wars. You're like, oh my gosh, you'll never believe what happened. This. But you have to be like, Darth Vader's Luke's father. And everyone's just like,
I would literally have to not. I would have to force myself not to kill you.
I'm trying. I think it was my mom was telling me this. Is like whenever she went and saw like Sixth Sense in the theater, it was like whenever people were like coming out of the theater, someone was like, "I can't believe he was dead the whole time," and she was like, "Why?"
Yeah,
People like that are
it's like
stupid.
Homer on The Simpsons with. Can't believe Darth Vader's Luke's father. Oh my god. So everybody, each and every week you can get this podcast early on patreon.com/nerdcave. If you give us the $1, you can make Robbie.
Hello.
We do live shows each and every week for our Patreon supporters. We also put up Let's Plays and all of that. Early access starts at $1. When in regards to Patreon, there's been some changes to processing fees and everything. I posted today on Patreon, but there's some things that are going to be changing. Right now, Patreon takes 5% of the money that is given by y'all, and we pay between 7 and 15% in processing fees ourselves. Pretty much means we aren't getting everything you give us, and we understand Patreon is able to pay its employees by that. On December 18th, though, Patreon is changing how they handle the processing fees. Patreon will take a flat 5% cut out of our earnings and pass a 2.9% and onto you. Also, a 35-cent service fee onto you as well. We put the link down below on the whole article that explains this. So let's say you're giving us $1. It's going to now charge you $1.38 for supporting us at $1 level. And if you pay $5, it's $5.50, so forth and so on. You can do all the math. Now, we understand if you are a Patreon supporter and you're like, if you're struggling just to pay us or you're only wanting to pay us like so much, we understand that.
Yeah.
This is something that a lot of people are not happy with, like creator-wise. Like, yes, we're going to be getting more money because of this, but it's also putting you in a different position because it used to just be $5. That's
and it's
it.
putting a strain on you guys, and that's not what we want. Yeah, we would rather it come out of our cut than what you guys are giving us, because we know, like, this is gift money to us.
Yeah.
Because you enjoy listening to us. But when it's coming out of your pocket, like, straight up, that's just not how we would like it to be. But we don't control what Patreon does.
Yeah. So a lot of us are voicing our opinions to Patreon and everything from the creator side. If you want to voice it from the patron side, you definitely are more than welcome to do that. Us moving forward, though, we're going to make sure that the content is even better than it's ever been. Like 2018 is going to be an awesome year.
It is. We're excited.
But for the people that are supporting us, we're going to make it worth that little extra that y'all are having to pay now if y'all are going to continue to support us. And don't feel bad if you can't continue to support us because of this change. We understand finances flux and all of that. Priorities do shift. So we understand and all of that. So just wanted to give that up front at the start of the podcast so everybody understands. I don't want anybody to think, oh, well, I'm giving $5, and then you turn around and like, well, where's $5.50 coming from? And all of that sort of deal. We want you to know up front before you, if you're supporting us or before you support us, that this is currently on December 18th what they're fixing to do. And it's a poor month to do it in because people are buying. Everybody's buying Christmas presents and all of that, and that's where Patreon usually dips anyway. So it's like, hey, why don't we? While the month is low anyway, let's go ahead and charge even more.
Let's just go ahead and stab them and not even cauterize the wound
in turn. Oh, processing fees, 35 cents. So I just wanted everybody to know that up front before we got into the show. And if you can't throw us any money, we understand that totally. You can go over to youtube.com/NerdCave Network and get the podcast segment
by segment,
day by day until Friday, where we put up the whole thing on podcast services and around the globe and also on YouTube. It's one of those nights, everybody.
You changed it up on me. You can't be doing that.
I know.
I'm set in my ways.
I didn't want to change it, but my mind changed it. It's quite warm in here.
It is toasty.
Yeah,
I don't think the AC's on because it's been so cold.
Boy.
I just helped him.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I guess that means we're going to just have to do this quickly tonight.
There you go.
But audio will be cleaner.
Audio will be cleaner.
So we're going to kick it off. I've been doing some polls in the Nerd Cave Facebook group. And
I've been dancing on them.
No. And it's been interesting. We've got one that we're going to talk about tonight because the podcast is all gaming today because there's a ton of stuff that came up. But the poll asks, what was your first video game console? And we see here we have a ton of answers. From the NES to the Game Boy to the Atari, the SNES, Sega Genesis, N64, PlayStation, so forth and so on. But the one that wins it out is, of course, the Nintendo Entertainment System.
The good old NES, baby.
Yes. My first console, I even voted for it. You can see my vote right there.
I voted for Game Boy because I put way more time into it, but it wasn't.
It's not a console.
I don't know. It's a handheld.
Not a console.
As
As Nick Caputo says, delete. He's like, handhelds are not consoles. And I'm like,
Wait, did you have a Game Boy or a Game Boy?
The Game Boy Color?
Yeah.
I had the Game Boy Color.
I had the color as well.
But did you vote for Game Boy?
I did, but I misread it. I thought you said I didn't pay attention because I thought it was favorite.
No, it says your first video game console.
Learn to read.
I didn't make it.
Read, boy.
I got to what was your, and I was like, Game Boy.
No, that is a good one. But if you want to get on the polls that we're doing, not the polls that Robbie was
not
saying.
POLE, POLL.
Yeah. We're going to be doing more and more of these. And it's interesting to see everyone's thoughts on this kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's creating a lot of good conversations in that, which I really love. And that's the whole point of the community that we
Exactly.
have.
Like, everybody had just about an NES or a Sega or the Nintendo 64. I know was a very popular console.
PlayStation 1, boy.
I had a PS1, PS2. I stopped at PS3, but I had literally just about every system on there minus the PC, minus the PlayStation 3.
I'm surprised that the GameCube isn't up there.
Yep. Well, it's your first.
Yeah.
A lot of our group, a lot of our community members are our age, so they started earlier on.
Started with that duck hunt and Super Mario.
Quack, quack, back. So there you go. What is your first video game console? If you didn't vote in the poll, let us know down in the comments below. Now, there's a ton of news. There is a ton of news, and we're going to just go ahead and jump into it. PSX Game Awards were all this weekend, so Derek
That's a
Daniel
lot of stuff.
sent us a ton of stuff to talk about.
Thanks, Derek.
And we appreciate it so much. We had to kind of cultivate a little bit.
We had to trim the fat off of this one
Just because there's so much going on, and we didn't want to take all night. So
Yes.
here's the best of from the weekend. Teaser trailer for new From Software game Poist. What?
Poist.
That
Posits.
poises that shadows die twice. Dark Souls and Bloodborne developer From Software has been fairly quiet since wrapping up the DLC for Dark Souls 3. At this year's Game Awards, we finally have a hint to what they're working on. A short teaser trailer shows a weapon or mechanism utilizing a skeletal frame covered in blood winding up. The backdrop is also sporting some blood, shows some mysterious symbols. The trailer then suddenly cuts to the tagline, "Shadows die twice." Hopefully we'll learn more about this game in the future. So I think it's Bloodborne 2.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I could see it. We're not going to be getting a
Another Dark Souls. They said they were done with Dark Souls.
and I know a lot of people love that franchise. I hated Dark Souls. Like I consider myself to be a fairly good gamer.
Oh, you're saying it's really hard because you suck.
Like
Get good,
Like,
son.
it's
I don't even play it.
like I like games where
You actually enjoy playing them?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man.
I am
Dark
not a
Souls is
freak.
hard.
There are some things I can be a little bit of a masochist towards, but
Mass Effect Andromeda.
I'm
We're
trudging.
gonna name names.
I am trudging through that right now.
Yeah.
But I played Dark Souls, and as I was playing through I was like, man, I can't believe I died on that first level 8 times. And my friend was like, dude, that was a tutorial. I was like, forget this. I never played it ever again.
Wait, which one was it?
The first one.
The first one, okay. Yeah, I have a shirt for. It's just kind of Dark Souls in general, but it's got like the knight logo in the middle. It's like the Get Good gym, and on the bottom it says, "If you ain't dying, you ain't trying." It's like one of my favorite shirts.
I died so many times.
Oh yeah.
I was like, no. I was like, but like you said, Mass Effect. I'm playing through it. I had to take a quick break, and I started playing the BioShock collection a little bit.
Yeah.
BioShock is so good.
But yeah.
Yeah, so from the little teaser trailer, I think it's Bloodborne 2, to be honest. That, of course, is a PlayStation exclusive.
Yep. Yeah.
PlayStation locked that down when they should have locked down Dark Souls back in the day. People are also thinking that it might be Demon Souls. They're not going to go back to Demon Souls if they've taken off that long from the series. And
Yeah, it's been a
so
long
it's
time.
going to be Bloodborne 2. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm calling. I got one right later on. So
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's Bloodborne 2, and like the fact that it's like it says like shadows don't die. I'm assuming it's like because
Shadows died twice.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
Shadows died twice.
I think it's gonna be something along the lines where it's like you because I guess you're like it's like another hunt, and
Yeah.
then you kill people, but then like you kind of have to kill like a shadow self of them or something.
Like Shadow Link from Ocarina of Time.
Or Shadow from
Sonic.
Sonic,
Or they're saying, forget Bloodborne 2. We're going straight to Bloodborne 3. That's my
And then
prediction.
we'll come up with Bloodborne 2 next, and it'll be the prequel explaining what happened in 3.
That will be the DLC that you have to buy crystals for to pay for the microtransactions.
I don't think they ever did microtransactions.
I
right?
know they didn't.
Yeah.
I just had to. I had to say it. I didn't say it last week.
We're too negative on this podcast.
I had to say it.
We talked about microtransactions last week.
Not like what we normally do.
Well, that's because we talked beforehand. We were like, we're not going to do it this week.
Everybody's like, please stop talking about it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to make the microtransaction compilation.
Yeah. Good news, everybody. If you're a Mega Man fan, The time is now. During Capcom's 30th anniversary live stream, Capcom announced that the Blue Bomber is finally making a return. Get equipped with Mega Man 11 coming to Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC in late 2018. If you haven't watched the trailer yet, it's kind of a 2.5, like not 3D, but and not 2D. It's kind of a 2.5 look and everything, which it's awesome. Mega Man 11 has been waited for forever.
Mega Man's a good game. I think I played Mega Man 64 back on my Nintendo 64 back in the day. And I thoroughly loved the game. I never owned it, but I went to JVideo.
Played it a bunch.
And I rented it, just like I did the Star Wars, the Naboo Fighter game. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Hey, man, you know.
But
you kept that store in business.
I did. But, Mega Man is a staple in gaming today. You don't talk to a gamer and they don't know who Mega Man is.
Yeah. He's like one of the, pretty much the Trinity. You got Mario, Sonic, and Mega Man.
Yeah.
Also with the Mega Man news, Capcom is bringing the Mega Man X games to modern consoles. Over the last few years, Capcom has bundled the original 10 Mega Man games into different legacy collections. Next year, the Mega Man X games might be getting a similar treatment. Capcom is bringing Mega Man X 1 through 8 to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC sometime in 2018. Hopefully, we'll get more release date info throughout the year and everything. Legacy collections have sold really well for Capcom, and I think keep using that and also getting Mega Man 11 out is going, it's really revitalizing the series, and I think Capcom is doing a lot of good to keep making the series interesting. Sega is starting to do that with Sonic as well when they did Mania, which sold really, really well. I haven't got Forces. I don't know their numbers yet. But with both of those, they named Switch first. I think the reason they're naming Switch first is because Switch is selling so well right now. They're going to have a very large install base already there with Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and PC. So they're getting all of them there. PS4, I think close to 70 million units sold at this point. I think the last time that was reported was like 66 million or something like that. That was like a few months ago. So we're getting close. Holiday season, of course, you're just going to sell a lot more. Xbox, I think, is probably around 40 at this point. They don't announce their numbers because they're losing. But Switch is just kind of like, we're selling everything, you know. But that's really cool that it's coming to all of those.
And what I really like about this is it's giving the people who missed out on growing up in the 90s a chance to relive great games. Having these, I guess, remastered games, some of the Sonic games, like what we're getting at a Mega Man. I remember spending hours playing those old Sonic games, and now you can relive that, or you can introduce that to your kids, or you can introduce that to family members. Kids who have never got to play this are now getting a chance to relive it. Probably runs a little bit smoother back instead of what we had back in the day.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's still good for the gaming industry.
The Legacy Collection is like exact ports. Like they cleaned it up just a tad, but it's pretty much the exact thing. But Mega Man's like masterclass of like game development at that point in time. So that's really, really cool. I'm glad that Capcom is getting up on that. More Switch news. Outlast is coming to Switch, and Outlast 3 has been confirmed. Outlast 3 has been confirmed, and Outlast franchise is coming to the Nintendo Switch early next year. Developer Red Barrel has confirmed on Facebook it will make Outlast 3 at some point, and the first quarter of 2018 will see the franchise debut on Switch. It's important to note that the studio said the franchise and didn't specify if the collection or separate release are coming. Wow, that was really hard to read. Red Barrel said while the first game was made to be open for addition of DLC, that was not the case for Outlast 2. The team considered many options, but none felt appropriate as DLC for Outlast 2. Because of this, the studio is working on a completely new project, and that isn't the sequel to Outlast 1 or 2, but rather a distinct experience set in the Outlast universe. Red Bull has created truly horrifying games and all that good stuff. So Outlast is coming. It doesn't say if Outlast 2 is coming to it, if it's just one or what, but there you go. If you're looking for some survival horror on your Switch, there you go.
And this is a great game. I'm happy they're coming out with Outlast 3 because I know me and you played Outlast, and I know you played a little bit of Outlast 2. This is a great game. It's a great jump scare game. Like I know I never
Too creepy for me.
Like I got a little past halfway done with the first one. I do want to play it and beat it and play the second one because I love scary.
No.
Scary is my thing.
My thing about 2 is that like the backstory of it, like it could have been a lot more interesting, but then the ending was just kind of, it was really phoned in. Like it just, you got there and you were like, wait, what? But not in like a cool like, wait, it's maybe like it was more just like a.
Wasn't like Resident Evil 7.
No, it was like the writers didn't even know what they were doing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was really weird because like they constantly flash back and forth between like, you know, when this kid was in like his this guy was in like his Christian or Catholic school days.
Yeah.
And that was like, as it developed, you were like, oh wow, because you realize what's going on, and like that was really interesting. But then like they changed it. It was really weird, and I was like, this could have been better. So I don't know. Hopefully the third one is not that.
Hopefully not, because the whole religion thing definitely put me off. I was just like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, guys. I see what you were doing, but I'm good. Like anytime like movie villains like quote the Bible and all of that, I'm just like, nope, I'm good. I'm good. Bayonetta 3 is coming exclusively to the Nintendo Switch. After announcing a 2-pack of the first 2 Bayonetta games that are heading to the Switch, Reggie Fils-Aimé dropped by the Game Awards to show off the first trailer of the next game in the series, Bayonetta 3. The trailer is quick and to the point. Bayonetta's back, and she's got guns on all her limbs and a lot of style. The twist here, however, is that the battle-scarred witch may have met her match. The trailer shows her barrage of bullets being stopped? That's S-O-P-P-E-D.
Sopped up or something like.
Sopped by a mysterious, I'm assuming stop, whatever, by a mysterious figure made up by purple flames. Shortly after that, Bayonetta takes a stand before her legs give out, looking as they've literally fall apart from her body. The trailer did not show a release date, though it did show the Sega is still developing the game. So, mentioning the first and second game. In short announcement during the Game Awards, Nintendo revealed that both Bayonetta and its sequel are coming to Nintendo Switch. The games will be released February 16th, 2018, and appears they'll be released in a double pack containing both of them. So that's awesome.
Yeah, like anytime something like this comes to the Switch and even an exclusive that comes to Switch, it makes me happy because it makes me know that Nintendo is doing what's right, and they're knocking it out of the park. They're like King Griffey Jr. right now, just bombing it every time.
Yeah, the Bayonetta 2 actually came to Wii U exclusively, kind of got stranded there.
Yeah.
So I'm actually surprised that Bayonetta 3 would also be an exclusive after seeing, you know, the support that the Wii U had. But Switch is doing much, much better than the Wii U, so it's good to see. And them porting over the first and second one is a good way to get more people actually playing those games. So, you know, if you haven't played it, I played a little bit of the first one, and it was interesting. It wasn't my type of game.
Yeah.
But it's something that, like, there are certain type of gamers that really like it. I'm curious to see if it was the Wii U, or is there really an audience for this game? So that's my biggest part from it. But it's awesome to see that, you know, Reggie was there at the Game Awards. Always like to see Reggie. Yeah. But, you know, I do think my and Allie's Santa Assassin storyline should be carried out. Go check that episode. Really good episode. Moving on, though, PlayerUnknown's Battleground Desert map gets detailed and shown off. In a blog post from PUBG team today, the highly anticipated desert map titled Miramar for Battlegrounds gets shown off and explained. So we'll scroll down. Yep. Very large map right there. Got a lot of different areas. We got some bigger towns, it looks like.
Los Leones.
Yeah, Los Leones is really big. We got El Pozo over there.
El Pozo.
But there's a lot of different stuff. Definitely a like a Spanish Latin feel to the names we got going on here.
Now, this is a game I can't wait to get my hands on because I know it comes out this week for your consoles.
Xbox One.
Xbox One. It's already been out on
Xbox
PlayStation.
One exclusive.
But because I know me and Luke and everybody's been talking about this. This is a game. I played a little bit of Fortnite, but it's just such a different feel. Like
it's very Fortnite as well has a 50 versus 50 game mode going on till the 17th of this month.
Yeah,
totally different feel from what it looks like. It seems there's a lot more depth because you have the building mechanic of Fortnite in there, but it also feels a lot more clunky, in my opinion. Did I keep that? Is there? I don't know if I could. Dying Light is actually getting a battle royale.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm excited about that. Like,
it's like everybody and their grandmother's doing it. GTA did it first, like after PUBG, and then we got everybody else and their grandmother doing it.
I do like how Dying Light is still putting out stuff for.
Yeah, I love that.
And guess how much it is?
Free. Just a little info. Los Leones, the largest city of the region. Los Leones features ample shopping, a skyline filled with new construction, and a glorious golden-hued city center. Players should secure high vantage points by exploring the numerous construction sites and loot for gear in the cavernous, abandoned commercial buildings. They have kind of a breakdown of each of the places, but you go from big cities to mines, to a kind of port area, to almost a power plant. So there's a lot going on here, and it's very interesting that we're getting this new map. It will come first in this month to PC, and then next year it will be coming to consoles.
Yeah.
So they'll be bringing that over. They're going to be testing it on the PC side of things before they release it on the console, which of course...
PC had to wait, so it's only right that we have to wait as well.
Whatever. But it's awesome that there's actually going to be another map for a game to be as big as it is and only have one map. That says a lot. That says you're doing something right.
Definitely.
So there you go. World War Z game has been revealed, and an adaptation of the popular zombie franchise World War Z is coming next year. A brief trailer showcased a plethora of settings across the world before unveiling hordes of zombies running towards human characters, mowing them down with weapons. There are no details yet of what sort of game World War Z is yet. However, the platforms for the games are, for now, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. The trailer, of course... We've seen Days Gone. Okay, Days Gone sort of used World War Z type zombies.
Yeah.
And now we're getting the World War Z game. I'm curious to see how well they execute it because, of course, Sucker Punch is doing Days Gone, one of the great developers that we've got here. Not Sucker Punch. Yes, it is Sucker Punch. No. Allie, look up who's making Days Gone. It's not Sucker Punch.
I got you.
Because Sucker Punch is doing... I'm blanking. But anyway, World War Z, like, they're fast zombies. They're like...
SIE Bend?
What is it?
It says SIE Bend Studio is developing it.
Sony bits?
Oh, it says they're acquired by... It's now a Sony.
Okay, so Ben. Okay. Sorry, guys. I was getting my stuff confused. Sucker Punch is doing Ghosts of Tsushima. That's what... Okay. Sucker Punch did Infamous.
Yeah.
And all that. Anyway, it looks interesting. They're crawling all over each other. Graphics aren't that great. for what it should be at this point.
Exactly.
But graphics aren't everything. I'm curious to see what the gameplay is going to be like in the game. The book is huge. The movie made it tripled or quadrupled what it cost to make the movie. I didn't think it was that great of a movie, but people went and watched it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it because it gave a different view to the zombies that we had been used to.
Yeah.
We'd been used to the
Slow zombies.
I want to eat your brains. These were like, oh my God, these are Usain Bolt on drugs running at you.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted the second movie so you can kind of see what happens. Are you going to be able to inject yourself with a deadly disease to stave off the apocalypse of zombies and everything like that running at you? Because that's what they did in the movies. He shot himself up with some kind of virus, and they stopped attacking him.
Yeah.
So interesting to see what they're going to do with it.
Yeah, curious to see what it is. The next game that was showcased this weekend is Firewatch creators reveal their new game. During the Game Awards, Campo Santo unveiled a trailer for its new game, In the Valley of the Gods. Though no story details were revealed, the short clip showcased a woman and the protagonist checking out what appeared to be Egyptian ruins. If you haven't checked out the trailer yet, I highly suggest that the music is great. The art style is different from Firewatch.
Yeah.
But one thing that I do like is that it is not like a very closed off experience where you're just playing the protagonist, Henry, and you have Delilah on the radio. You actually have someone there with you throughout the whole game. So I really, really like that.
And as soon as I saw Derek Daniel post this, my mind went immediately to you because I know how much you enjoyed Firewatch and all that stuff.
Until the end, yes, I enjoyed it. But I'm glad that Campo Santo is going out there again and doing it again. Making another game, and it looks really great. Valley of the Gods is supposed to arrive in 2019, so keep a watch out on that. I think it was going to be a really good game.
Yeah.
Moving to the next thing. Breath, I don't think, nope. Well, I'll let Allie say right here. What did you think of Breath of the Wild Champions Ballad DLC?
I really loved it. I mentioned it earlier, it takes a lot of, because everyone knew it was going to be story DLC. Mm-hmm. But it takes a lot of work to get to the story. So first, you get in, it's hey, go do this thing. So first you have to do 4 shrines. Mm-hmm. And then they send you out to each of the guardian,
The Divine Beast?
Yeah, the Divine Beast, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then once each Divine Beast has 3 more shrines you have to do. And
Really?
It's not just the shrine, you have to do a task to unlock that shrine. So, for example, for Naboris, you had to go defeat a King Molduga. I think it was Moldu King was his name or whatever. So it's it's harder to beat unless you actually paid attention to the clues they give you, which I did not. And then it's really easy to beat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's there's tasks that you have to do to unlock the shrines, and then, for example, for Naboris, because I went and I did it in the order I did the Divine Beast the first time, so I did Naboris first. So you do each task, you do the shrines, and then you go back to the Divine Beast, and then you have to go defeat the Blighted Ganon again. So, and then once you do that, then, because you meet Cass, the Bard Bird.
Yeah.
He's at all the different Divine Beasts. So you talk to him, and then he starts to sing a song, and that's whenever you get to watch the cutscene. But the cutscenes are totally worth it. It shows how, these fighters they truly were the best of the best.
Yeah.
You get to see Urbosa, and she just it's so cool. They're about to get attacked. She and Zelda are walking around at night, and they're about to get attacked by a couple of the Yiga clan members, and then Urbosa, kicks their butts, and then one guy's about to jump from behind. She's closing her eyes, not even looking at him, just snaps her fingers and does the lightning strike on him. It's super cool. It was awesome. So
would you say you said the cutscenes are worth it?
Yes.
Would you say the gameplay is a lot of busy work though? A lot of repeated stuff and just
no, not really. It's more they really, except for one shrine, it was Rota Chiga. I hate that shrine until the day I die. But it was one, because if it's one of the things if I mess up in a video game and it's my fault, that's okay. I'm just that was me. Oh well. But whenever it's the game's fault, because like in the shrines, like it's always kind of like unless it's a specific thing, you cannot jump on it, like you can't climb it.
Yeah.
But
You
really,
need to.
Yeah, but you have to in order to do
Yeah,
that. And so
yeah.
I was just like, there's no way around this. And so finally I was like, all right, I'm gonna look it up. And it's like, it may not seem like you can jump on it, but you can. And I'm like, and then I was finally able to get through it. But anyway, I won't go into that.
So would you say if you don't have the season pass, would you say if you want to jump back into Zelda, you should
Oh
get
no,
it?
absolutely, because it wasn't just like, oh, a little extra stuff here. Like it's a lot of gameplay that's there. And it's really cool how they really combined, especially like the very final boss. It's very it's you have to remember all the different, abilities you've gotten, all the different and it combines like all the different bosses, like the final like divine beast you have to go into. It's kind of like a mash of all 4 of them.
Oh, okay.
So it's really cool how they combined it and then they created all these new puzzles within the shrines or whatever. So I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, there you go, guys. Little impression.
Yeah.
There for
Yeah, an
you.
impression, not a
impression.
review.
Yeah, we don't
review here.
We don't review, we impress. Life is Strange Before the Storm Episode 3 release date has been announced. The third and final episode of the prequel series Life is Strange Before the Storm, Hell is Empty, will be available on December 20th for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Square Enix released a teaser trailer for the final episode ahead of the full trailer, which is dropping at that point in time. Hell is Empty will conclude the prequel story of the original Life is Strange, focusing on Chloe's relationship with her best friend, Rachel Amber.
Okay.
Yeah, with her lover.
Yeah.
That's how me and Allie are playing it.
I mean, like they established that in the first game as
Yeah,
well. It's
yeah, that-
so it's like her. It's like that's just totally like and her gal pal.
Yeah, and of course we're having our end of the year show on the 21st. So me and Allie, of course, are going to play that during the end of the year show. So if
Yeah.
you want to check out that episode, we'll be playing it on that day and everything. It's going to be really, really good. I've enjoyed I've enjoyed that
I have
thing.
too. It's been a
That
long
thing.
time. It's been a really it's been a really good story
Before
so
the
far.
storm.
Especially like the Tempest scene.
Yeah,
That was
that was really cool. That, and I think like both episodes so far have had things that set them apart. The Tempest and the Dungeons and Dragons thing
Oh
has
my
been
gosh,
really, really
Dungeons and
awesome.
Dragons is
So,
the
moving on, Medieval
Medieval.
is being remastered for PlayStation 4 during this year's PSX keynote. It wasn't a keynote; it was a kickoff thing. Just so you know, everybody, it wasn't a keynote. Greg Miller did host. I'm happy for him.
So, what was it? A keynote?
It was a kickoff to the PSX. Sony CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment America, Sean Layden, revealed that hot on the heels of the success of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy Remastered, next up on Sony's remaster list is Medieval. Medieval is a classic platforming action series that combined fantasy with humor, and though the series' popularity has never risen to the levels of Crash, Mario, or Sonic, Sir Daniel Fortescue has had his fair share of fans over the years. The brief trailer at the end of Layden's announcement didn't showcase much except for the game would be coming to PlayStation 4, be in 4K, and that more details will be available soon. No details on whether or not this is just the first game or the whole series. I'm excited about it. I never got to play the whole game. I always wanted to play the whole game. My mother probably would have never liked me to play that game.
But now you can.
But now I can. And a remastered in 4K, all that good stuff.
It's gonna be way better.
It's going to be way better. So let me know if you ever played Medieval down in the comments below. I'm curious to see how many people. I had a demo disc of it. That's the only way I got to do it. There also was like a Jersey Devil game. Did you ever play that?
I did not.
Yeah, like it was very interesting. There was also there's so many games. Like I know Willis Cannon had it was like this Space Ranger game. I can't remember the name of it. I also had a demo of it. I loved it, but I always wanted to play it. But I know Willis had it. I was jealous of that. So a lot of games that I didn't get to play in the PlayStation 1 era, but it's interesting to see PlayStation
It's coming back around.
coming back around. It's old enough now to start remastering some of the old heads of PlayStation and everything. Moving on, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is getting a versus mode. I played this on the stream this past week, and I enjoyed it a lot.
I mean,
played
it looks fun.
Last Tuesday, and you liking XCOM, you will love this.
Really?
You will love this. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is getting a free new mode, allowing players on the same system to compete. Versus mode pits 2 players against each other in a turn-based combat. Each player is limited to 3 characters and 3 actions per turn, with the 8 available characters all upgraded and having a total of 16 unlockable variations. The mode offers plenty of options, from time-limited turns to enabling a showtime mode for the end of the game, which upgrades regular items to super items and opens new ways to navigating the map. The games are designed to be quick experiences, so it will be a great game to play with a number of family members over the upcoming holidays. I'm excited. I want to play that on the end of the year show. I want to battle people.
I'm down.
So there you go, guys. Now the next story, and I wish they had a picture of the controller. Because that's more interesting to me than the announcement.
Game.
And I think Allie's going to look that up while I go ahead and read through this. Sea of Thieves will officially launch on Xbox One and PC on March 20th, 2018. Sea of Thieves was originally announced at E3 2015. It has been in development since then. With the help of Sea of Thieves community, who have been able to play early versions of the game via its insider program. Signups for Sea of Thieves technical alpha recently ended.
Either the
Do
first,
the
second, or third.
Do the second one. That one looks
Gotcha.
cool. And Rare is expected to provide more details about the next play session this month. Now, I know a lot of people are kind of, I know I've been guilty of just kind of I'm not going to play this, all of that. I know Adam Gumbert is really excited about it. The problem with online games is having a dedicated crew. And with life always gets in the way.
I know there's times when me and you have tried to get up to play games, but sometimes your schedules are just different. When you're an adult, you don't really... You all you can
You
do
don't
is
get home from school and have hours upon hours to do nothing. You've got everything else in the world to do.
Yep.
But if you got a crew together and you need a crew to really move your ship around and everything and do all these things, it looks like an interesting game. And it's not I'm not writing it off because it doesn't have real graphics. It's just don't have a crew to really run this
exactly
thing.
If we could do it, I would love to play it.
Yeah. So the controller though, the controller looks freaking awesome.
It does. It's pretty.
I like how it's one of the triggers is gold. So it's like a gold tooth or whatever.
Yeah, that's really cool. I wish the logo, the skull logo, was actually the
home button.
Yeah, that would have been really, really cool.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
But it looks. I think that's one of the best looking controllers. That and the Gears of War 4 ones are some of my favorite for sure.
I like the unicorn skeletons and then the compass.
It also looks like barnacles in a way on the controller.
On the side of it, yeah.
Yeah, so I know Adam's already pre-ordered his, but when I saw the controller, I'm like, I don't need another Xbox controller,
but I want it.
But I would totally get it. I totally would get it. So there you go. If you're into Sea of Thieves, March 20th is soon upon us.
It is.
You don't think it is, but it is.
Right around the corner.
A Way Out, releasing next March, also lets 2 players play online with 1 copy. As announced during tonight's the Game Awards ceremony, not tonight, this was days ago, A Way Out, a new co-op adventure that is from Starbreeze. We saw this during E3. Really intrigued us over here.
Awesome idea.
These are the guys that created a Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Were released on March 28th, 2018, and let 2 players play on a different console using only one copy of the game. When the game launches, players who don't own the game will be able to download the Friend Pass free trial of the game, then link up with a friend who does own the copy and play the full game. Players can also play the full game cooperatively using local player without having to download the Friend Pass. Now, I think that's an awesome thing. And I have to also point out, that Starbreeze is publishing this through EA. So there you go. There was something I said nice about EA, but it also sounded like a backhanded compliment. So I'll say it again. EA, you might have actually done something right that time.
We'll see how it plays out, though.
I think that's a really cool thing because there's been several games that has required each person to have a copy of the game to play.
Exactly.
Of course, that bolsters sales, but this is something. The game is built and designed to be a co-op experience. Like you cannot play it without someone there with you. And having it be like, do you want to buy this game that you've never heard of this company before? Like some people will go out on that limb. I would be one of those people. But mainstream wise, other people wouldn't. So having this is a really cool thing. Now the game developer, the guy that's kind of like the lead and everything, have y'all seen the video of him?
No.
So he was on the Game Awards and like he went berserk on the Oscars. Like he's like yelling the F word, like flipping off the camera.
Wait, what?
Yeah. You got to go watch this.
How have I not heard about this?
It is hilarious, but it's also like Jeff Keighley is like trying to like rein this guy in and get him to talk about the games and everything, but he's like blank the Oscars and just like
what issue did he have with the Oscars?
Drunk or something?
I have no idea. He was like I don't know. It was hilarious though, and it's like all over the place. So go look it up if you haven't already looked it up. But I'm excited for it. A Way Out does look really good. They showed a lot of stuff in the trailer, more gameplay and everything. So if you're curious about it, definitely go watch that.
It does look super like fun to play with somebody to escape prison. I've watched Prison Break. Will you be my someone?
I'll be your someone. I'll be your someone to watch over you.
+1 in Prison Breakout.
Do you know how to make wine in a toilet bowl?
I can learn.
A new trailer reveals Metro Exodus release window. A new trailer showcased during the Game Awards for the third game in the 4A Games post-apocalyptic series revealed scenes of destruction and ice as series protagonist Atrium explored the depths and the outskirts of Moscow. The trailer also narrowed down that Metro Exodus release window to fall 2008. They're doing it right here. They didn't stick a date on it. Fall 2008. They got several months.
2008.
2018.
That's impressive to release it a decade early.
Yeah, they're going to jump back in time and release a game that has no console that can run it.
Old timey-wimey.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Don't blink. So fall 2018, I think that's they're doing it right. They don't give a date on it. They give a window, and that way they don't disappoint anyone.
All right. Time for Zach to pat himself on the back. Get it?
Yeah.
Pat.
Patapon 2 is getting the remaster treatment on PS4, and I told you! Ha! I told you!
Pat upon yourself on the back.
Patapon. Last year, Patapon, one of the most original games on PSP, received a full HD remaster on PS4. This year, fans of the series will be happy to know the sequel is following suit. Announced as part of this year's PSX show, Patapon 2 Remastered includes the potential for 4K output on PS4 Pro, a new customizable Patapon players can create an outfit in different ways to suit their needs. The remaster also includes new Patapons, commands, and miracles. I'm excited.
I know you are.
I'm excited.
You're excited for multiple reasons.
I'm excited that I was right and that there's another Patapon. So there you go. If you're a Patapon fan, it's good to be alive, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, this is a game that I have on the PC, but I haven't played that much. It also freaks me out, but not like on the same like level as Outlast.
Too.
This is a game that I actually would continue to play. It also has a multiplayer.
It does?
Yes, it does.
I did not know that.
Cannibal Phil survival game The Force arrives for PlayStation 4 in 2018. Horror Hold the door. Horror survival game The Forest has been in early access since 2014, but developer Inlight has finally announced a release date. At PlayStation Experience, a new multiplayer trailer was shown, revealing that the title is coming to PlayStation 4 next year. The Forest was previously only announced for PC. In The Forest, you must survive the threats of a mysterious forest after being trapped there following a plane crash. This could mean the day-to-day struggle of finding enough food, or it could mean something more sinister, such as facing hostile cannibals. You can view the new trailer with focuses on multiplayer. You can explore the forest open world, solo, or cooperatively with friends. What I've played of it, absolutely horrifying. Like, when the cannibals, like, come for you, oh...
Like, I want to get into a good survival game. Like, I have 7 Days to Live or something like that on PlayStation.
7 Days to Die.
7 Days to Die.
Yeah.
You know.
And then, of course, the second that zombie game that you loved on Xbox.
Oh, Dying Light.
Dying Light 2 is coming. Not Dying Light. The other one. The one that you like. He had characters. Oh, Lord. What is it?
State of Decay.
Yeah, State of Decay 2 is coming out soon.
I hurt my brain.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. But this one's very interesting because you get that multiplayer experience.
Yeah, and that's what even State of Decay 2 will have multiplayer on it as well, which is something I'm excited because I do want to cultivate a world with a friend.
Yeah.
Because, especially on State of Decay, we know that when you leave the game doesn't just stop. Everybody doesn't freeze. The game continues, which is a really cool idea. But I just want to get in and see if I can survive. Because that's what everybody wants to know is how long can you survive?
Yeah. Going along with the zombie games, the Overkill Walking Dead game that we've heard about but we never saw anything, put out a new trailer. Looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very intrigued by it.
I'm curious to see what the mechanics of the game of. It was just a CG trailer that we saw in Washington, D.C. So, I'm wondering, what is actually going on? How does the game play?
How is it going to follow the movie closely? Because I know...
You mean TV show?
The TV show.
Or the comic?
Comic TV show. Because someone big died on Sunday, and a lot of people weren't happy with it.
Mm.
I didn't see, I'm on the side of another page, I saw an article, and I was like, why that leads, original character left or something, and I was like, okay.
The only reason I know is I have a guy that comes in every Monday. Did you catch that episode of The Walking Dead? Nope, I'm about 3 seasons behind. I can't believe so-and-so died. Thanks.
You'll have to tell me because I'm never going to watch it.
Yeah,
we're not going to do it on the podcast, so everybody's not like, oh my God, they told no.
It's literally every Monday he comes and asks me, did you catch that new episode?
No, man.
Still 3 seasons behind. So.
we're moving on to 4 seasons, buddy.
Moving to the last article of the week, Ubisoft has delayed Far Cry 5 and the
Ubi being Ubi.
Crew 2. Yep. But sometimes delays are necessary.
Like we've said before, as long as it's for good reasons.
Just don't give a date, and then you'll be okay. All good things come in time. Ubisoft announced today that both Far Cry 5 and The Crew 2 have been delayed. Far Cry 5 will now launch on March 27th, a month after its original February 27th release date, while The Crew will now hit the open road the first half of Ubisoft's 2018-19 fiscal year instead of on March 16th. According to a Ubisoft blog for Far Cry 5, the extra time, shush, making fun of me over there, will allow the team at Ubisoft Montreal to make some additional improvements that will bring the best, most ambitious Far Cry experience in line with the team's original vision. Despite the delays, you will be able to see a little more of Far Cry 5 on Ubisoft's blog right now. And you could also sign up for the beta for The Crew 2. So.
I kind of want to get The Crew because I haven't had a good racing game in a long time.
Yeah.
And I do remember playing The Crew back on
Xbox One.
Was it Xbox One?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's this generation, not last.
But still, I want to play The Crew. I want to see how good it is.
I'm going to dedicate my time to other games. So,
well, I mean, to each their own.
One thing, if you don't know anything about Far Cry 5, It's actually completely co-op as well, so
Yeah.
you can play the whole thing. In Far Cry 4, you didn't get the ability to save any progress if you played co-op. You just kind of helped out in the world with your friend or whatever.
Yeah.
But now you actually progress through the story,
That's nice.
which is really
That
cool.
that helps a lot.
Yeah.
And you have your little Fido friend that can bring you
He's
guns.
a puppy.
Yeah.
He's a puppy.
So there you go, guys. Episode 236 is in the bag again.
The whole kit and caboodle.
The whole kit and caboodle,
Whole
the
kit and
shebang,
caboodle.
as some people would say.
Or the...
Again, you can go over to patreon.com/nerdcave, support us there, get everything early, or you can just wait until everything goes up segment by segment, day by day, until the full podcast goes up on Friday on YouTube and podcast services around the world. Guys, thank you for all that you do, supporting us and everything. Do remember that next week on the 21st, that is Thursday, we are going to be doing our end of the year show. Right now, we're getting nominations from our community for Game of the Year, show of the year, movie of the year, all of that good stuff. So make sure that you are putting your nominations in there. We're going to create polls for all of those so you get to vote and everything. We're also doing a collective Game of the Year, Show of the Year, Movie of the Year for our side of things, because that's the hard part, is getting everybody to agree on one thing.
Very much so.
So that's going to be interesting. But we have all of that going on. We're going to be putting out a schedule in the coming days of what everything's going to be taking place. Of course, we're going to be playing Life is Strange, Before the Storm, Hell's Empty, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, hell is empty because all the devils are here. Or all the demons are here, excuse me.
Yeah, and then we're going to probably play some Mario Rabbids and all of that. Derek Daniels coming in. We're going to have Derek v. Zach, Dawn of the Microtransactions debate on...
Does he support him?
He's gonna be on the other side. Of course, I'm gonna be on my
so
side.
he's going to be playing like devil's advocate?
Yeah, he's gonna be playing devil advocate, but I'm gonna crush that that debate. But we'll
That'd
see.
be rough.
I just want to
Yeah,
see
you can.
if the world can handle two Dereks in one place.
I think they can because they've done it before.
before.
But we got a ton of stuff. Be just like take a day off work.
Yeah.
That's your Christmas present.
I wish I could.
That's your Christmas present.
Just like stop being responsible for a day.
Yeah. Panera's already firing a lot of people. I don't want to be on the chopping block next.
Well, there you go, guys. This has been Zach.
And Robbie.
Have a week.